Today I'm at the beach on Salt Spring, and I have Piper with me again. She's dripping wet. It's good day. What I wanted to share with you is that when you're sometimes at a beach or when you're out at a park, you can still do some yoga, and it's not going to have the same quality as when you're sitting and you're doing your meditation. But you can you can bring different styles of joy to the mind and to the body. You can find pleasure in watching your dog play. Also, you can just move the energy of the body. So let's just start like this. So I find a place that has some beach or some grass where I can dig my feet in and have a good purchase. You also want to see that you're on something a bit flat. So coming into a position with your legs a little bit wider and sit down, like feel a sense of sitting. So I feel like I'm sitting with just like the tip of my sitting bones on some sort of leverage. Let the arms relax at the sides and open or close your eyes as you wish. Feeling the sensation of the feet in the ground, like feeling the toes and the heels and the mounds. And when you have sand, sometimes the arches feel a support as well. So just pausing, feeling the ground. And then just bounce a little bit. Just bounce and let your arms be heavy so that they can kind of come up and down. And I like to go a little bit from side to side. So just shifting your weight from side to side, letting yourself bounce. And then your head can feel a little bouncy. And there's a spring load in the knees and the ankles. And you can do as much or as little as you wish. Like sometimes the bouncing can be fairly vigorous. But what I'm just going to suggest is that it's mostly that you can feel that everything is loosening, that you even the eyes and the sockets feel like they're bouncing, jaw. And then slowly start to stop the bounce and come into the center and just straighten the legs and feel yourself standing. If you're outside, you have different sounds and different sensations on the skin, like sometimes the wind. Or when I came out yesterday to do a filming, it was actually raining. So I had the rain there, and that was something I decided not to film with, but it was really a pleasant day. Okay, bend the knees again. Let's just let the arms come down. Piper Louise, come here. Got this giant stick. All right, so just taking your hands into Chin Mudra and then just rotating so that you tension through the backs of the wrists and the arms are rolled so the humerus is rolled forward and then tension so that you pull the fingers back and you're kind of rotating like it feels like this arms are going out, the inner elbows are facing out, and then just kind of roll and just create this fluid sensation through the fingers and through the arms. And then gradually move so that the arms come a bit more forward in front of you, even still tensioning through the backs of the wrists, and then tension them back and just pull them a bit back. And so now it's just a bit more of a rolling, not just in the socket, but back and forth as well. And something starts to happen through the spine. You might feel that the spine is getting involved. And let's increase that idea that the spine is getting involved so that when we peel back, we'll start to lift the chest. And then as we roll to come forward, the head will be the last to drop down, peeling back and coming forward, and the head's the last to drop, and the head's the last to lift, and then the last to drop. And just continue moving through the spine. Just shifting to the side, it's less even, so it's just going to take me a second here. So you feel that this coming in and going up and in. Just continue the rolling through the spine, rolling through the arms. So there's like a kind of flossing that starts to happen with the head and the neck when you're letting the neck be the last that comes in and does the movement. So you're peeling back and the chin is still in, and then gradually it's up, but it stays up as you roll forward, and then it comes down. Let's do one more. And then just pause with the hands to the heart. Straighten the legs if they're still bent. Widen through the side ribs, and then just relax the shoulder heads. Okay. So now let's do another version of that. I'm just going to show you what that's going to look like. So we're going to come into this movement with the arms a few more times, and then we're going to come with the fingertips facing up to the tops of the shoulders, or that part from the neck and the shoulder. So the fingertips are pulling back, and you'll squeeze back like this, and then you'll take it forward and squeeze with the shoulder blades moving forward and the upper and the lower back moving kind of backwards. You feel a little bit of sitting bones going forward, and then we'll squeeze and forward and squeeze. Okay, so let's do this together. Have the knees bent. Roll first just the arms and the fingers, and then get the arms moving more, rolling, rolling, and then roll the body and roll the body back and rolling forward, rolling back. Now, as you're back, take the fingertips up, squeeze back, armpits forward, squeeze back, squeeze forward, squeeze back, and squeeze forward. One more back and forward and into the heart, and then just pause and feel that movement coming into stillness. Okay, so thinking about the concepts when we move again, so now we'll have more of a flow. So thinking that the armpits are coming, or the armpits and the side ribs, they're moving kind of wide, and the arms are a little bit light. So we're wanting to feel that this is not creating tension when we move the arm so much, but it's coming kind of induced from some internal rippling. And you will feel essentially, especially once you start to develop that idea, that it's coming right from this region. I might call it Samana Vayugate. It's about 4 fingers below the navel. So that's where the movement from the spine to the side ribs and then to the arms eventually will come. Okay, so then now as we come back and forward, then we'll come up with the arms, thinking back through the back body, and then we'll squeeze, and then we'll shift up to one side, and we'll sink down to the other side. Come up, squeeze, and then eventually we'll move the arms spreading. Okay, so come back into position and let's flow those few movements together. Sink down with the knees, breathe. All right, moving. Just the arms and the wrists and the fingers. Getting the arms more involved. And then getting the spine involved. All right, and then fingertips, squeeze back, forward and up with the armpits straighten with the palms together, coming up, come down, squeeze. Now let's come up with the left, down with the right, and then we'll even spread the arms and point that right toe, come up with the right, come back, squeeze, up with the right, down with the left, spread apart, shift your weight to the right foot, and you're feeling this left armpit and the left hip gather as you point the left toes. Keep the right arm elevated as you bring the left one up, and squeeze. Twist to the right. Keep your hips facing forward. Lift your left ear, and then spread the arms. The left one feels like it's coming forward. Come around, squeeze, twist to the left. Right ear is lifted. Spread the arms. This right arm is coming forward. Keep that left hip coming forward as well. Come around, squeeze. Armpits forward and up, down and squeeze. And let's find the twist again to the right. Spread the arms. Come around, squeeze, twist to the left, spread. Come around, squeeze. Come up with the left, down with the right elbow, spread. And this time, let's just see if we can lift this right leg to some degree. Up with the right, other side. Feel the length on the right and the slight gathering on the left. Up and squeeze. One more time on the left foot, lifting the right. Keep feeling the squeeze on the right side, active through the toes. Come around, squeeze, and then up with the right. Spread, lifting through the left. Coming back up, squeeze. All right. Take the hands to the heart, pause. Come here, Piper. Come on. Nope. I'm going to step off the screen and stop my dog from chasing this very vicious log. Come here, pup. Yeah. Yeah, it's a scary log for sure, pup. Okay. There you go. All right. Here we come back. So another thing I like to do when I'm at the beach, so that you may have already felt like the nerve tensioning that we did when we were doing the movements with the hands and the tensioning, is it really moves the fluids in the body. So what I like to do too is some more traditional yoga moves. So we'll come into triangle, taking my right foot forward, left foot back, and I scooch them into the ground. It's really nice. You get a good firm hold into the ground. Turning so that this right knee is in line with the front toes. Left hand on the left hip. Keep that rolling forward a bit. Come into the domes or the claw nests at the groins, and then let's just slide down, hinging at the right side. And then wherever you get to, just then roll to stack your left shoulder over your right. Maybe lifting up with the left arm. Inhale, coming up and down. And I just keep my feet where they are and swivel and smoosh them into the sand into the other way. The back of this left hand onto the inside side of the groin, the right hand on the right hip, and just glide down just where you can go. And then rotate that top thumb to turn down to stack the shoulders. When you're yawning through the quads to really widen the back of the pelvis, then lift this right arm, just if you'd like. Inhale, come up and down. So let's rotate now so that we're going to turn to face the front, whatever that front is for you. So I'm facing this way. Again, I need to make it a bit level so that I feel balanced on both sides of my body. So I'm going to stand on my right foot and take my left foot back. We'll come into warrior one. So just coming into the roundness of the body, stepping this left foot back, making the rectangle with the feet sitting. Allow some play at the hips. And then gradually keeping the torso very quiet, just swivel to face the front or this front right leg. And then just see about coming onto the instep of that left foot. Yawning in the quads, lifting the arms. In with the hands. And then stepping forward, pausing. And then bending and rounding forward. And let's take this right leg back, coming into the rectangle of the feet again. And smear to come around facing the front. So that's the left foot now. Inhale up with the side ribs and then relax the arms as they come up. The legs are very active, but then you start to feel like your torso is wide and lifted, but then it kind of settles and nestles into the pelvis in a balanced way, like an egg in an egg cup. Hands in towards the heart, stepping forward. Let's step back for warrior two. So the left leg's going to go back and it's a little bit wider. Smudge and smear the feet so that they're in here. And then I like to come quite square to the front edge of the mat, even overextended a bit, and lifting my heel. My dog doesn't normally bark. It's very fun. Okay, smear and smudge, bending this right leg, bringing this left rib cage back, and it anchors with the left hip. Checking to see that this knee is over the ankle. Wide through the side ribs, bring the arms up. Come over for side angle, taking this right elbow onto the right knee, and then as you swivel it, you stack the left shoulder over the right, bring the arm around, and come up, hands down. Swivel where you are, and then line this left knee over the ankle. So the yawning in of the quads, there's a little bit of a bend. You can see this bend at this right back leg, lifting with the ribs and bring the arms. And it's like the arms kind of rest on a shelf. So we have the support here, and there's this imaginary shelf, so they're quite soft. Left elbow and left knee. Roll the arm into the groin to stack the right shoulder above the left. Bringing the right arm around and up. Turn the toes in, slightly pigeon-toed. Hands at the hip crease, pause. Inhale and exhale, coming forward. Inhale, coming up. Piper, come here. All the way. Good girl. That's it. Those are some dogs barking. That's right. Okay, lie down. Very good dog. You get to share some of the love that you feel inside with your animals, whether they're your animals or they're just the animals in your surround. Slowly get the feet to come back together. A little side step to come in. Take the hands in towards the heart. Pause. Okay, open the eyes if they're closed. One of the things I like to do is not go down on the ground because the ground is wet and it's really rocky, and there's shells, and so I'm not going to be sitting down on the ground. So mostly when I'm doing yoga outside, it's going to be standing things to move the energy with standing. Sometimes I will put a towel down and go into headstand. But let's finish off with some nice movement of the arms. So just bend the knees. See that you're easy. Take the hands together and then just feel the light pressure of the hands together, wide through the side ribs. And soft arms as they come up. And when they come wide, you just feel the energy through the palms as they come wide. Turn the hands into chin mudra. Take the backs of the hands together, roll them, come out. Palms together up. And wide and sweet. Chin mudra, roll the backs of the hands together. Open the palms. Palms come together. And wide. Chin mudra, roll the backs. Open. Palms come together. Open. Chin mudra, roll. Palms. Chin mudra, roll. Palms. And then just now have a nice big ball between the palms. Feel the sensation of the energy between the palms, just having that little leaning and kind of like a butterfly tapping on the ball between the palms. And just remind the shoulders to be easy. And so you've accessed the wide side ribs and the shoulders and arms are quite soft. And then let the energy pull the palms together, straighten the legs, and bring the hands towards the heart. Just pause here. Breathing the sensations in the feet, through the body, skin. And namaste. Thank you for practicing outside with all of the realities of what happens outside, especially when you bring your dog to the beach. Namaste.